Hello everybody and welcome back to another new video on the channel. Today we're talking about episode 79 for Boruto, which just came out today. It's time of me recording this. I'm actually not sure when this video is actually going to come out. I hope it's going to come out tomorrow, or maybe today if I'm lucky and if I have enough time to record, and depending on how long the video is. But I don't want to keep you here for too long, honestly, because the episode that we got this week wasn't really all too much exciting. It was kind of something I wasn't hoping it was going to be, which in hindsight I kind of had that in the back of my mind when I reviewed last week's episode. But basically this episode is just a recap of what has been happening over the course of like the last like couple weeks, because we had like the whole like little mini arc within the arc where Boruto and the others were in Ryuji Cave and they were trying to get the reverse skill off of Garaga and all that, and that kind of took like a couple weeks to get through. But this episode was basically just a recap and a little bit more, I guess, exposition for Sakie and how humans kind of like work, because as we know, and as the episode kind of explains a little bit more, and as we have gotten like more and more information over the course of the last like few weeks or so, Sakie Kakuyo, how do you pronounce his name? These guys who are taking Mitsuki over to the land of Earth and the village in the stone, the stone village. They need him, and as we know, as we learned over the course of a couple weeks, Sakie and the others are made out of Akuta, and they're artificially created. They're not born human. They're artificially created like how Mitsuki is. But what we learned in this episode is that they really need Mitsuki, because something about Mitsuki is going to be able to help these guys, because these guys aren't fully stable. And what I mean by that is, if you notice that some of them wear bandages like over their mouths and their hands and stuff, that's because over a certain amount of time, their bodies start to kind of decompose in a way, and they don't, they're not stable. So they need Mitsuki because he's essentially kind of like them, but much more humanoid-like, more stable, and more able to walk around like a normal person, which is why Mitsuki was able to blend in so well with everybody else. Even though he was still significantly different from everybody else, but he's more humanoid than what we see in these new group of characters, these new antagonists over the course of a couple weeks. So like I said in the beginning, this episode is kind of just a recap. So there's a little bit of recap. There was like a flashback at the beginning of the episode. The episode continues on. There's more flashbacks and exposition. Mitsuki kind of explains this, that, and whatever about how humans work, how they do this, how they do that. And Sakie wants to know because A, he's curious, and B, he's not born naturally. He was born artificially in a lab, essentially. He's not like actually human, so he doesn't really know how humans like work. So as that is going on, we go ahead and do a jump cut to the Stone Village, and we see the Tsuchikage Kurosuchi, and Onoki, something's wrong with him. He's like in a really like bad condition, or just in a bad situation where they're hinting that he might die. Honestly, Onoki might die at some point in this arc, maybe, or just like at some point in general, which wouldn't be all that bad if it wasn't for the fact that he probably should have been dead by now. I don't want to say that, but he was like already really fucking old when we first see him in Shippuden. So now we see him in Boruto and Naruto Next Generations, and he's like really fucking old. So it's like, how is he not dead? But back to the Stone Village, Kurosuchi kind of like is walking through the village with one of her higher ups. I mean, I guess like the Hokage's assistant, or the Tsuchikage's assistant rather, kind of like that with like the Hokage or whatever. That's not the point, but the guy gets knocked out. Kurosuchi looks behind, and you just see like these two fucking hoodlums about to attack her, and one of them is the Lord Ku. That's what they call him, Lord Ku, or Ku-sama, or whatever. That's because of Japanese. He attacks Kotosuchi. Kotosuchi throws like an attack at her or attack at him, and I guess his face is revealed to her, but not the audience. And it kind of seems like she recognizes him, but we don't know who it is yet because the episode doesn't reveal his face. So this whole like sequence of events that happens within the episode, that's basically just exposition and recap. I feel like that's really fucking pointless because I was like, why? What was the point of that being in the episode? We only even get to see the asshole's fucking face. Whatever. Kind of a mini rant within the episode review, but whatever. So the episode continues. Sakie is about to fucking die, but he doesn't die. And it's at this point in the episode where Mitsuki tells Sakie why he went with them in the first place, and how he left the snake with the message to Boruto back there. And the episode basically just ends with Sakie, keeping it as a secret between the two of them, and all the others are like suspicious about Mitsuki now because they can kind of tell that he's hiding something clearly. Because one of the girls has like these unique eyes. It's the girl that has her eyes like closed all the time, but when she does have them open, they're like purple. They're not like Sharingan or the Byakugan or anything like that. They're kind of like purple, like the Rinnegan, but it's not the Rinnegan. But she's able to see stuff a lot more clearly than other people can. Like if she looks into other people's eyes, she can tell that someone is like sincere, but they're not trustworthy. And that's basically what she says about Mitsuki, right? That he isn't trustworthy. Sakie kind of like disputes it all, and he says that we can trust him. Blah blah blah. Episode continues. Akutas are being created by Lord Ku, asshole, and then Tsuchikage Kurosuchi is fucking captured. Kurosuchi's fucking fodder. I'm just gonna say it now. She's fucking fodder. She couldn't beat this Lord Ku hoodlum asshole for some fucking reason. So Kurosuchi's fodder, and then the episode basically ends just on a shot of Boruto who's unconscious. Because remember, last week he got attacked by Mitsuki, and that was when we didn't even realize what the fuck was going on with Mitsuki and why he attacked him in the first place. But the episode does explain that he didn't want to have to do that, but he did it anyways to kind of just slow him down or like push him back, just so he can do what he wants to do. Why he went with them in the first place. So that's pretty much the entirety of the episode. It's a recap. Not much happened. Honestly, it was kind of boring. It was kind of boring. I didn't really enjoy the episode. I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to use for a thumbnail from the episode. But regardless, that's kind of it. And it was like 2.5 out of 5. Fucking hated it. It wasn't great. It was just a recap episode, and we all hate recap episodes. But I guess this one was kind of needed because some people might have forgot. I kind of forgot a couple like bits and pieces of information as well, so I'm kind of glad I watched it regardless, but whatever. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you are new, subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.